this weekend is WWE Extreme Rules. Let's go ahead and run down the card, and it is a long card. It's like 10 matches long at this point. The Revival versus the Usos, Raw Tag Team Championships. This is a match I've waited to see. Hopefully it gets 10 to 15, Alex. I'm still going the Revival.
Oh, yeah, I think the Revival retain. I think that this is the way that you do this match. Is you have the Revival has the potential to be, if they actually start being utilized in this way, one of the best, to ever do it, and the Usos already are. I still think the Revival is the best tag team in the world currently. To have the foils like the Usos to do their crazy thing where somebody runs around the ring to pull somebody off the apron just as the hot tag was about to be made, all this crazy stuff. You go back and watch the Revival at their peak in NXT, and they can run all of that, those amazing things they did then against a team like the Usos. This is a dream match to actually let them finally go at it and give absolutely everything they have. This has potential to be match of the night.
Aleister Black versus Cesaro. Aleister's winning this. They built Cesaro over the past couple of weeks just to get beat.
Aleister is winning this. I said last night, I don't know what they're building Cesaro for. They're building him for this, but he is going to get beat. But again, this is one of those matches that, like, this to me, these two matches right back to back, I'm like, this feels like a takeover card. Like, it feels like those kind of matches, like, they feel like they could be really, really special and something to watch for you Graps heads who love watching like real wrestling. This is going to be some stuff to watch. These two matches, Black's winning it, but the match is going to be excellent, I think.
Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, last man standing. I don't see this any different than all their other confrontations. Braun Strowman wins.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the whole thing. Like, he's the guy who got hurt the worst. He's ruptured spleen, whatever. I believe when he had to have elbow surgery, they said he had a shattered elbow. Everything that happens to him is just the worst thing that's ever happened, and then he comes back from it because he's superhuman. So I'm assuming that the story they're telling is that he comes back from it and is able to beat Bobby Lashley, but who knows? That's the only story the WWE tells with these kinds of matches. So that's the story I'm assuming they're going to continue to tell here.
Up next, we have Ricochet defending against AJ Styles. This is a tough one. AJ Styles has the new stable. You got to imagine they want him front and center with the title on him. But will they take it off of Ricochet, who they really seem to like right now?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that what they're going to want to do, they're going to have AJ win it, and they're going to have Ricochet chase to get it back. And he's going to have to jump through all the hoops. He's going to have to beat Carl Anderson's a bunch of times and Gallows a bunch of times, and finally gets a rematch with AJ for it at SummerSlam. I don't know, in a cage or something. That's the story they're probably going to tell is have Ricochet lose it on Sunday, then spend a month trying to get it back, and maybe regaining it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'm going to go with AJ. I think that's the way to go, Ricochet and Styles in this feud. I just hope they don't overdo it. Drew Gulak, Tony Nese. Gulak's going to win this. They almost never trade it back and forth for 205 Live.
No, they don't. I mean, and there was possibility to do that at one point. I feel like there was some good opportunities to do it with, like, Buddy and Cedric could have had a really great hot potato thing with it. But this is not the feud, I don't think, to do it with. I think that again, we had Chad Gable show up on 205 Live and have this great match with Jack Gallagher, hasn't been back. I think Gulak wins this match against Tony Nese, puts that feud to bed, and then the following Tuesday, they can have Gable show up saying, I'm part of 205 Live now. I want that title, Drew Gulak. And your Cruiserweight Championship match at SummerSlam being Drew Gulak versus Chad Gable would be really, really great to reboot that 205 Live division.
Daniel Bryan and Rowan against the New Day and Heavy Machinery. I don't see this going off of Bryan and Rowan yet. I think that they are doing very, very well together, but I wonder what's next if they beat these guys.
Yeah, I would say I think what they're going to wind up doing is when they're finally done with Kofi as champ, I think that he'll lose it around the same time the New Day becomes tag champs again, so they can have something to slot Kofi right back into and not lose too much of his mystique. But I don't think that time is now yet. So I don't think Heavy's Machinery's winning it yet. I don't see him taking it off of Bryan and Rowan anytime soon.
Up next, Kofi Kingston, Samoa Joe. Kofi should retain here, but man, how many lives does Samoa Joe have?
Well, that's the thing. Is like I love Samoa Joe. I thought his promo tonight was really, really great. He's an amazing talker. He should be treated as such in the ring, but he loses all the big matches. So maybe this is his way of not losing the big match. I mean, the if you're going, I just can't see him going into SummerSlam with the title, which is why when they're teasing this Brock Lesnar thing, I think the thing is it's very possible they might decide they want to do Kofi versus Brock at SummerSlam. I mean, they might want to decide that they're going to try and do that. But I think Kofi wins here, but I don't know what they've got planned for him in a month's time, really.
Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Now, the heavy speculation is, will Sasha Banks show up and help out Bayley? Will it be Carmella that helps out Bayley because of Baymella? Does that happen? And this is a prediction, guys. It's not a report. And who wins?
They're really leaning heavy into it being Sasha. If it's not, I mean, I think could be a swerve. But they're really doing like, you don't have any friends, Bayley. Bayley, you wouldn't even know anything about friendship. Too bad you don't have a friend who could come and help you on Sunday, huh? So if it's not Sasha, then they're really doing that, just to troll us. I think maybe it is. Maybe they've worked everything out and they can get back to that. That might be interesting. I don't think you set this whole thing up where Alexa and Nikki have that advantage. And they don't pay that off, because then you can have the storyline begin with Nikki saying, "Hey, remember how you said we were going to be co-champs?" And Alexa's like, "Yeah, I know, I totally lied." And then you can have that storyline begin. It seems kind of a waste if you're not actually going to do something with all of these caveats you put in.
Yeah, I think that Bayley is going to emerge victorious here. For whatever reason, I don't think they're going to put the SmackDown title on a Raw person. I don't know why I believe that.
This could easily be their way of saying, "Okay, Alexa, now you're on SmackDown."
Yeah, it could be.
We messed up. You should have been on.
That Raw would be strip mined. Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. I think that Kevin Owens maybe runs off Shane, and then Drew eats like chokeslam, tombstone spear, maybe, and maybe that leads Drew to being like, "I don't need you, you're trouble." That could be good, because I think you got to go towards Shane getting pinned at SummerSlam by Kevin Owens.
Yes, that's the route we need to take. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you decide, "Hey, let's have." I mean, the other thing that you could do that people I've seen speculation of is you could have Undertaker and Roman. Because Roman never asked for him. Taker just showed up and says, "I'm going to fight you, Shane." What if Undertaker's there to turn on Roman at some point and say, "You beat me at WrestleMania, beat me again at SummerSlam, and this time if you do, I'll stay gone." And you could have that be a main event at SummerSlam, because right now they don't have anything really set up for it. But Roman Reigns versus Undertaker, and it actually is the Undertaker's last match. This time for realsies, we swear, pinky promise match. Who knows? But I don't. I think there's something weird happening. I mean, the very least of the weirdness would be Kevin Owens running in and getting rid of Shane, like you described, and the very most of it being build to a big time match between Roman and Undertaker and anything in between.
Main event, mixed tag, Rollins and Becky Lynch against
I don't care.
Corbin and Lacey.
I don't care. Get it done. Move on. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, move on. I don't need it. Like the people like this is Jeff Hawkins put this out into the universe, and I saw it, and now I'll never get it out of my brain. So I'm going to put it out there for everybody else to listen to. I didn't see his tweet. His prediction is that Baron Corbin will like make Seth give up verbally because like Lacey Evans is holding a cinder block over at Becky's head or something, like some crazy stuff like, oh, in order to save Becky, Seth's going to have to say I quit. And then they'll have a big rematch, each of them. Seth versus Baron, who's the champion now, and Lacey's the champion, and Becky goes after her title at SummerSlam to run the whole thing back because this is the feud that will never end. And I don't think that's going to happen, but it keeps me up at night thinking they might do it just to screw with me.
Well, guys, I'll be up all night Saturday and Sunday covering these shows. I hope you guys join me. By the way, yes, Rollins and Lynch are going to win. There's no way they'll make Becky look that weak.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, leave a thumbs up on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe. We've got new content all the time. If you don't mind, share us on social media, retweet. But I want you guys to follow at Fightful Wrestle. We're getting really close to 10K. We do not buy Twitter followers. So our growth doesn't come quite like other people's does. We're doing all this organically, and we thank all of you for helping us. Until next time, guys, we're out.